Okay, so this is going to be about a 10-minute review of the Breville Combiwave 3-in-1. Everyone online seems to act like this is the best microwave, and having the combination of 3 different things in one will change your life. I very much respectfully disagree. I think that everyone online who has reviewed this positively is a paid actor or influencer of some sort, whether Breville is paying them or let's say Best Buy is paying them or they have some sort of mutual interest. But this thing is definitely not the best thing since sliced bread. Even the guy in the RV that has one, I think, is suspicious, because this thing, it might work really well for him, but he leaves off some really important notes, such as the top of this thing gets really, really hot when you use the air fryer function. It's a convection oven. That makes sense. I kind of expect it, and I understand it, but no one in the reviews talks about it. So if you want to set things on top of here, be prepared for it to melt or cook it. If you have kids and you're afraid of them touching it, that's definitely something you should know. Second, the air fryer function is stupid. If you have a basic air frying recipe, it's going to make things more complicated than it needs to be. Maybe for like 3 specific things does the air fryer work better or decently, but really everything else, it's going to suck. So when you start the air fryer, the first thing it does is a 3-minute preheat. Then it does the food at the time that you set. I'll give you an example of how I started it and why this is so stupid. So first time I used it, I did not know about the preheat thing. I pressed air fryer. It told me to use the legs. I opened the door, put the food in there with the legs up. And when I did it, by the way, it sat a lot higher than this. I'm just now noticing that. But when I did it, it started the 3-minute timer with my food in there. It said up here, use pan, not use pan with legs. So kind of confusing to begin with. And then it said something about the food over here, and it had the fry turnstile thing going. But it clearly said it was preheating. My food was already in there. I went to pull the door handle. Again, this is the first time I used it. I didn't know about the unlock function. So I just, okay, fine, my food is cooking 3 minutes for the preheat. I assumed it was preheating at the same temperature that I had it set to. I don't know. When the 3 minutes was done from the preheat, it automatically started the time that I had set before. So I had it set on 6 minutes. When it got down to 3 minutes, I canceled it. Went to pull the door, didn't work. Finally got the unlock, whatever, opened it. Cool. The food was overcooked by far. So just a hot dog. I went to grab another hot dog. This time I knew that it was going to preheat. Air fry, left it out, start, 3 minutes, walked away. I didn't realize it would go from the 3-minute preheat immediately to the food timer without doing any sort of delay, without pausing and beeping to get you to put your food in. So I wasn't in the room, and then I came back and I caught it. Put the hot dog in. It already used like 30 seconds or whatever. So I let it go. This time though, when it finished up, the hot dog was undercooked. Not undercooked, but just not to my liking. Not like what an air fryer should have done. So went to put it back in. And since I had cleared it, I had to do air fry again. And of course, for the third time, it did a 3-minute preheat. So there's 9 minutes of just preheating right there. The bit more button doesn't really do shit if you've already cleared the thing. Slash, I don't know, maybe it does, because the directions don't tell anything, and there's no video or manual. But anyways, during that time, every single time, I'm pressing this unlock button, and it seems stupid to me, because if I'm going to press unlock and then pull this, why not just get a microwave that has the button? You press it and it opens the door for you. If I wanted to press a button to open the door, I would just do that instead of pressing a button and opening the door. I just press it and the door would open for me. So I wanted to turn off the lock feature. The manual says press and hold this, press and hold a button here, press and hold a third button here. It doesn't work. It says if you do that combination, it will chime 3 times and it will toggle it. No matter how I did it, pressing 1, 2, 3, press, nothing worked. So I was getting kind of frustrated because this basic functionality to toggle wasn't working. Oh, by the way, speaking of basic functionality, I have a time select, but there's no timer. You can't just set a timer on here. That is something that I thought I'd be able to live without, but with all this other stupidness, I'm not sure. So anyways, at this point, I'm thinking about calling customer support for this. The other thing though, the turnstile kind of stutters when it starts. It will turn, stop, turn, stop, turn, stop. So I have that stuttering, the unlock button, and this being hot for my first experience. I call customer support to ask if this is normal, which I understand, but I want to double check. I want to know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just a broken feature or a misprint in the manual. And then, is my turnstile motor already going out, or is something like that to be expected? Because it seems unusual the way that it turns. So I call customer support and go through the menu options, and they say, hey, due to some technical issue, we're getting higher call volume and wait times. Let us call you back. So fine, whatever, I do the thing. And surprisingly, I get a call back pretty quickly. It's only like 4 minutes. But when I say hello, no one answers. And then after like 3 seconds, they hang up. So the callback just put me back in line and queue to call them back again. So I give them 20 minutes. I call back. I get a young lady. I didn't get a name. Get a young lady on the phone who I say, hey, I just got this thing. I've got 3 issues. And so I'll start with, does the top get hot? She goes, yes. Cool, great. Second, my turntable does a stutter. And she goes, oh, I would have to hear it to see, sometimes they do get loud in the beginning. I'm like, no. It's not the noise. It is the physical movement, the rotation. She's like, oh, let me hear what it's doing. I'm like, no. This thing does run quiet. I might have to get a video of that. But it turns, stops, turns, stops, turns, stops. And after doing that about 4 times, then it starts to run smoothly. And then after about 20 seconds, it turns, stops, turns, stops, turns, stops again. So she says she can get a video of that from me. I said, well, before that, let me ask about the unlock thing. And, I told her what the manual said, what I was doing. And she said, sounds normal, but we'll get a video of that as well. So she asked if I had my email, if I registered the account, I said, well, I registered an account, but I didn't register my product yet. So she sends me this email, asks me to send over a video of it. And while we're on the phone, I start to do the video. But of course, iPhone doesn't let you do video and voice call at the same time. So I tell her, hey, I'm gonna have to let you go to do this. She said, you know, I'll wait and I'll call you right back. Oh, I should have known better. So I make the videos, by the way, and email them both to her. Made sure the file sizes were pretty small. They're both like 3.5 megabyte. So combined under a lot of email providers, 10 megabyte limit. And I'm assuming Breville has a pretty high limit because their support will have to be doing this more than just me. Anyways, I send the emails, nothing. So I go, oh, maybe she's not going to call back. Maybe I have to call her back. And so I do. I call back. And it is 7:45 Eastern Time. And I get the message that they're closed at 8. That their offices are closed. And I have no way of getting back to the line that I just called on. So I don't know if she purposely got me off the line so that she could leave on time or early. But fuck it. I am not waiting for customer service to tell me that the broken unlock button is normal and that the turnstile is supposed to stutter and that it's supposed to be hot, and the whole thing is stupid and unintuitive. I am not going to wait for that. It's a shitty product. It's half-baked. The customer support is not there. And the dials are made out of plastic. Nothing is lined properly. It does not live up to the quality of, like, their coffee makers. If you have a Breville coffee maker and you enjoy it, great, but this thing ain't it. So be warned. I am going to return this, but of course Best Buy is now closed, so I'll be stuck with this thing sitting in my house for a couple days. I don't know if I'll get a call back from customer service in the meantime, but if I do, I'll put it in the comments for this video. If anyone has any other questions or wants to tell me how wrong I am, by all means, leave it in the comments. But I just wanted to throw out something, play devil's advocate, because I bought this thing thinking that it would replace, 3 different countertop items, and it barely can do one. Actually, I don't even think I'd be happy with it as just a microwave because this stupid unlock button is annoying enough. But yeah, I am not happy with this thing. Is it worth the $500? Nope. Is it worth $300? Probably not. I would rather have the individual items actually do their things that they're supposed to do. So, all right, everyone, take care. Hopefully this gives you a little bit more information so you don't make the same mistake I did. Later.